What's the crack, lads? Welcome back to the Dundee FC career mode here on EAFC 24. I am DFG, and even though we have no fixtures, we just finished the first stage of the Cinch Premiership here, as we are currently in sixth position. So we will be in the bottom half of the table here once again in the Cinch Premiership. But we've had a pretty good season in comparison to last year. Maybe we can get some more points here. On the final stages of the Cinch Premiership and solidify us as the seventh place team here. So let's get going. Let's see. Let's finish this season, and nothing really to play for us, but try and get into the um the off season. Right, first up, Ross County. They are currently fourth in the bottom group, so a win for them here would be pretty decent. It's been a while since I've played this game, so going to be a little bit rusty. We're going to try and get at least a result out of the Ross County here. We are at home, so let's see what we can do here. Don't know how you guys feel about the new EAFC. I don't know if I'm going to get it, if I'm honest. If there was something new in the game, such as like eras and NBA 2K, like I'd mentioned earlier in this series, like one of the first episodes, I might get it. But here is Ross County coming forward, and this could be the first real chance of the game. But we seem to have crowded him out here, and we get away with that. Lovely ball. Cameron, good strike, good save. Good build-up play there from Dundee. It's McCowan who will take this corner now. Outswinger. Ball goes in to the front post. McGrath's there, and it's just over the crossbar. Positive start here from us in the first half an hour or so. But McGrath just gets under that. It's just over the crossbar. Lovely play, lovely goal from Ross County on the counter-attack right before halftime. Probably don't deserve it. They only needed one opportunity, and that's the one that they put away. That's one thing about EAFC. You might need 5 chances to score. They only need 1. And a very good counterintuitive or counter-attack there. Incisive and good finish in the end. Now we're behind and we have to come back. McGrath. That's a lovely little dink into Dallas. Great touch. Oh, just off target. What a piece of play there from both players. That touch by Dallas is wonderful. But I think that's on his weaker foot and it's just off target. But we're showing that we're ready for this game. We just need to put the ball in the back of the net. Dundee trying to keep out Ross County at the moment, and they're not doing well. Good save, didn't keep it out. 2-0 Ross County, and they certainly haven't deserved this. 2 chances, 2 goals, and just not good enough. Dallas back in it. Honestly, didn't think Dallas was going to be able to score that, but he did an excellent job. And we get right back into this game. The turn is excellent. I actually didn't think the strike would be good enough. I thought it might go off target after we saw what he did with his left foot last time. But that one's in the back of the net. And we're back in this game. A point would really do us, though I think we deserve all 3. Lovely bit of play. Mulligan cuts it back, and we're back on level terms, and we deserve it. Finally get the opportunity. It's Anderson. And right from the kickoff, we work hard, get the ball back, and get what we deserve. Second goal, draw level. Now can we push on and get the winner? I don't know, but we haven't been very lucky in this game, but we've finally been able to put the ball in the back of the net. Anderson there, pulled back there from Mulligan, who did really well. Let's see if we can get the winner now. Run that ball back immediately. McGrath, great save, goalkeeper. We're working so hard now to try and get this winner. Many changes there. Some players just getting a little bit fatigued. It's McGrath who'll deliver this in. Urain's in there. He's just after coming on. It's gone over the crossbar. Probably should have done better there on a free header in the middle. Lovely challenge again. But Ross County definitely putting us under pressure now. Ball goes in. That's way too hard. McGrath will pick it up there at the back post and get on his rocket boots. McGrath to Urain. What support does he have? It's McGrath. It's a strike and it's a good save again from the goalkeeper. We've certainly put them under immense pressure here throughout the game, and we've had the opportunities. We just haven't been able to score enough. McGrath, ball will go in. It's to the front post. Dallas is there. It'll go out. And the referee going to say that this is another corner. So we've got another chance here. McGrath again. Ball goes in. This time it's aimed at Urain. And it's just off target, and that indeed will end it. A 2-2 draw where we really should have got all 3 points. Ross County had 2 opportunities, and Lavson didn't do his job really and didn't keep them out, but we gave them those clear-cut opportunities and they put them away. Clinical finishing for Ross County has given them a point. But we've worked hard, determined, great. Even when the game wasn't going our way, we found a way to get 2 goals and put them in the back of the net. Dundee FC 2, Ross County 2. That's not a bad point given how the way the game went. Next up, St. Johnstone. They are bottom. Oh no, they're second from bottom. Bottom is Motherwell. So we're actually quite ahead of them. St. Johnstone I've always had trouble with when we play them, regardless of where they are at the table. So I'm not going to take anything for granted. St. Johnstone, away from home, tough game. Let's see what we can do. Oh, good save from Lavson. Just trying to concentrate there at St. Johnstone. We're getting into dangerous areas around our box. It looks like they're got an opportunity here again. Challenged by French, but another corner for them. Chang. Lovely ball! Oh, just wide! What a wonderful ball from Chang. To the back post. Tiffany. Just off target. Wonderful build-up play. Just waiting for the best opportunity to come. And that one was a great one. Really good play. Lovely little play there. Banks cuts it back. Urain, lovely touch. And he's put it off target. The amount of opportunities that we've had over the last 2 games would... We could have beaten both these teams. We could be 2-0 up by now. And we're not. It's still 0-0. 2 great opportunities. Neither of them put them away. Neither have been put away. Lovely bit of play. What can French do? Gets the ball. It's right behind Urain. Back to Chang. He's going to hit one and it's not enough power on it. Low. Mitov will get there. But we continue to show really good signs and a goal will surely come. It's only a matter of time. Strike. Good save by Lavson and he'll smother it. Now we need to go if we want to get anything from 3 points from this game. Lovely play by Palace. Now here's Robertson from the academy. Not Finlay. This is Riley, striker. Great ball by Palace, but it's not going to give Banks a chance to attack it. That's a lovely play there from Savage. He's got to the byline and he's trying to pull it back here, and Great defensive play by St. Johnstone. Almost got one there near the end, but not enough. 0-0 draw. Probably should have beaten them too, but still showing very good determination, grit, keep on battling. St. Johnstone really, even though they had some, good, periods of play, never really troubled the goalkeeper just there at the end with Olavson. Good game there from us. We just weren't able to put the ball in the back of the net. Some shooting boots are needed. But nice to see Riley Robinson get a game here in the last few games. With fatigue being an issue. The youngster given his first opportunity, I think, or one of his first opportunities anyway. But still a draw here. Got a nice player. There's only a 1 month here, but we do need players, and we've not had many of them. 17-year-old Shuzu Fujiwara. His overall between 50 and 66, not bad. Potential 72 to 94. He's 575,000 worth of value. I'm going to bring him in straight away. I don't think we have many more months to do scouting. I think there's only 1 month, so we're not going to get that much more information on him anyway. So I'm just going to get him and sign him and see what kind of player he is. So let's see what he is here in this in the youth academy here. Where is he? Fujiwara, 56 overall. He's a right midfielder. He's not quite got the pace, or he's pretty good passer and dribbler, so that's pretty good. The development plan I'd probably put him on would be kind of like a wide playmaker, because he's not really a guy who's going to be very pacey. He's not going to beat you, but his passing, dribbling, crossing, that's everything that I would want for him to get better at. So that's what we're going to go for here. One of the players that I will probably be bringing up soon is Reggie Jeffrey. Now, the potential isn't crazy. It's only 74 to 80, but he's a 6'4" centre back who's got really good pace. And he's got some decent passing as well. Can definitely play as a ball-playing centre half. Reggie Jeffrey looks like a really good player, and I'm going to bring him up next season, at the start of next season. So that's someone to look forward to. Next up, Kilmarnock. They are currently 3 points behind us in the table. So a win here is, it's pretty big. We need to win this game to keep St. Mirren off us, because if they win their game, they go ahead of us. We need to win this game. Big game. St. Johnstone held us to a 0-0 draw. We need to beat Kilmarnock here. What a ball to Holland here as we go straight up the field. What Holland can do here. He didn't have many players to support him. Eventually gets it from Anderson. Battling. McCown. What can he do now? Use it to Palace. So we're just waiting for our time here. McGrath finally opens up for Dallas. Good save for the goalkeeper. Really good save. Everything you want there from Dallas he does. On his right foot. Good strike. Just not able to get it on target, or not able to get it past the goalkeeper, I should say. And the keeper saved him again there from a really unusual corner from McCown, but he's got another opportunity here. Ball goes in. Mulligan's the man attacking it again. Goes to the centre half. Portales falls to McGrath. That's also blocked. Ball goes in. Good defensive clearance. Gets the ball back. Strike save again. And the keeper, they'll eventually scramble it away. All these opportunities to put the ball in the net. We still haven't done it. And now Kilmarnock are going to try and hit us on the break. And it's a great tackle from Portales to kind of slow that down. But they still have possession. He got off to a bit of a flyer here to start. Good block. But he's got another opportunity, and that time it's a good save from Olavson. So end-to-end stuff here within the first 20 minutes. Strike, good save by Olavson. It's always going to be difficult from there. Portales did fly into a challenge and deserved the yellow card there. Tried to just get there, and he kind of passed it, as you see there. But still doing well. They're going to deliver the ball into the box for this one. The header. And it's in! It hits off the player on the line. And it's gone in. And Kilmarnock have taken a very unusual lead there. Ball goes in. Who's on him there? Number 22. Holland. Not exactly who you want. Big man. Man on the post doesn't do his job. I think that's Palace there. Might give it as an own goal for Palace maybe, but no, they're giving it to Wright. Anyway, we're 1-0 down and we certainly don't deserve to be. Lovely ball. Holland's through. Needs to finish. Gets thrown wide again. And can't get the finish there. Really, he should have finished that, but he got drawn out wide. It's Robertson who's going to come on. And Robertson, I think his counterpart, who's going to take that corner. Portales. Holland. Anderson. Petrumbus. Anderson. Strike blocked. In the last 5 minutes now, we need to make an opportunity. And they're coming forward now. They're just going to hold up the ball here. We're going to have to press them. And that's really how the AI gets goals. But Palace has got the ball back for us. And he's got the ball out to Robertson on this left-hand side. He's done well, kept the ball. Can he find the right pass now? Pulls it back. It's to the defender. And he's going to be able to get it out there. Goalkeeper kicks it away. And there is the full-time whistle. Undeserved loss against Kilmarnock. But if you don't put the ball in the back of the net, you can't win the game. And we didn't. And honestly, that's a poor result from us. And we're going to do something. We're going to have to do something really big in the last two games to get 6 points. Because if we want to keep that position in the table, top of the bottom group, we need to win those games. Because Kilmarnock now are level on points with us. St. Mirren probably got a result as well. So, even though 2 draws, we were saying they were bad results, this is the worst one of them all. A loss to Kilmarnock away at home that we should have won. Kemi Kerr is going to leave on a free transfer to Viborg. He was injured for a lot. He's much older than Mulligan, who we've actually been playing at right back. I have no problem with letting Kerr go. Mulligan is 2 overall better than him now, so I'm not any issue there. We also have Callan Elliott, who's also higher overall than him as well. So Kerr never really played well. At least Mulligan has shown us that he can be a good player. Next up, Motherwell. And they are bottom of the table, I believe. Indeed, they are. So, even though we lost against Kilmarnock, St. Mirren only got a point. Kilmarnock move ahead of us after beating us. So, we need to win this game. Motherwell away. Big game, really, against the team at the bottom of the table. Where we're going to do our best here, see if we can get something from this game. Off the post! We build up to a chance straight away. And Cameron hits the post. Another positive start, but we've had positive starts before and haven't ended well for us. Lovely challenge from Mackenzie. One of the things I do think we have on this team is just a rake of depth with loads of players who can kind of fill in for other players. And now we're coming forward. Cameron here again. Lovely little piece of skill. It's a back. McGrath opens the body up. Always going to be difficult from there. Still battling, but Kelly gets down on it. Tried to open up his body and put it into the far corner, but couldn't. But again, it's positive play. Motherwell come forward. Good play. Strike. Goal. That came out of nowhere. I thought we had it under control, but apparently not. That's 1-0 to Motherwell. It came out of nowhere. Does the Lavson get a hand on this? I wasn't quite sure, but I thought, by the way that Mulligan came in there, it could have been a penalty. It doesn't show there that Lavson got a hand on it. Maybe he did once more. No, it just goes right over his head. Okay. Well, Lavson's not really covered himself in glory for a lot of these last few games. So, again, 1-0 down. We're going to have to come back. We always start well, but can't seem to put the ball in the net early. And then they get one opportunity and put the ball in the net. So, McGrath right back in it. Not taking anything other than a win right here today. We get right back on level terms right away from the kickoff. And it's Jamie McGrath with the goal. The turn is nice and the strike is vicious from McGrath. It's going to be tough to save that, to be fair. And McGrath gets us back on level terms pretty much immediately. Mulligan. What can he do here? Comes back to McGrath. That's back to Dallas. Back to Anderson. Good save from the goalkeeper. None of them seem to be able to just get that one strike away there, and it eventually made its way to Anderson, and he ends up making the keeper work. Can't ask him to do much more than that. Holland, McGrath, front post. Another good save from the goalkeeper. And Urain, just after coming on, he will be the man they aim for. Holland, it is Urain. They find the headers there. It's over the crossbar again. But we continue to cause them issues, Motherwell, but we're doing our best to try and get the goal to get the winner here. Motherwell coming forward here. Dangerous, dangerous goal from miles out. No one closed them down, got the strike away. It's 2-1. Spittle with the goal. We need to score another one to get back on level terms. Motherwell have built up a really good play here, and Trumbus has been drawn out. And he's just waltzed through, and the goalkeeper does save it. Olafsson gets down and saves it, but that was way too easy for Motherwell. Up they go, and Motherwell will make it 3-1 and finish the game. We've been pretty decent through these last 4 games. We just haven't been able to put the ball in the net. And other teams have, and they're going to celebrate here. And it's a shame for us that we're not going to get anything out of this game either. And that should do it. Indeed it is. Motherwell, 3-1 victors. Just want to move on from this one. Felt like we should have got something out of these games, and we're not getting the rub of the green, really. And we head straight down to Tuttle, surprise to no one. Last game of the season is against St. Mirren. Now, we can still finish above St. Mirren by beating them here today, so that's pretty good. But we have to, Kilmarnock have to lose to St. Johnstone at home, so that's unlikely. So we probably won't finish at the top of the bottom group. But I'd take a second place finish. We haven't been great over the last few games in terms of finishing. Rangers have already solidified them being champions, so they will be the champions of this year. Again, I think that's 2 in a row now for them. But we haven't been good enough. We haven't been putting the balls in the back of the net. That's our biggest issue so far. I was going to say this year, but over the last few games. But I think there's nothing really for us to fight for other than that top of the bottom group, and that doesn't get you anything. So I can understand why we've been a little bit lackluster in front of goal, even though we've been playing some pretty good football. But last game of the season, St. Mirren at home. Let's see if we can end on a positive note here. Oof. Couldn't get the right change player there, but seems the goalkeeper got a touch on that. Good save by Lavson. I thought he just put that wide, but couldn't get the right change player I wanted for it to go to. I was trying to get it to, I think it was Portales, or maybe Katrumbis. It was one or the other. But I couldn't get it to the right man, and it nearly cost me. Good save by Olavsson. St. Mirren really starting to turn on the play now. Olavsson was in no man's land there. Good great ball right back, and Olavsson's there with the save. But another great chance for St. Mirren. They're being the Dundee FC of today, having lovely chances, creating some good stuff, and we're not been able to deal with them, and just haven't been able to put it away. Lovely ball to McCown. Now we can go. Cut back. Lovely ball through. Urain blocked. Unbelievable. Just no luck in front of goal at the moment. Urain couldn't hit a barn door recently. He's been really poor after getting off to a flying start. Mulligan, what a poor ball. But we still have possession. Chang, Anderson, Mulligan. Back to Anderson, to Chang, to Cameron. Lovely little ball inside to McGrath. Who can he find? Pulls it back right to the defender and rolls into the goalkeeper's hands. But strike, good save, Alavson. Last 5 minutes, still 0-all. Both teams had their opportunities. Neither have really done much with them. Now it's Cameron, and he needs someone to help him. Here's McCown steaming forward. McGrath, terrible pass. That's probably it. It's going to be a draw. Or are they going to let St. Mirren come forward? They're not. Good tackle by us, Cameron, and there is the full-time whistle. Not the greatest of games to end the season off, but at least we didn't lose. Even though I think that we've done more than enough over the last few games to get maybe even, 9 points or 9 to 12 points, and we've only come out with 3 in the last 5 games, and that's really disappointing. But end of the season, we look at our stats, see how we get on, and look forward to going into the transfer market during the summer and making some new moves for this team. Right, so that is the end of the season. Time to look at the statistics here for this season. We finished third. Well, we kind of finished drawn 7th, I suppose you could really look at it. 41 points for Kilmarnock, St. Mirren, and Dundee FC. Of course, goal difference, the deciding factor. Didn't score many goals in the last 5 games. Yeah, not great from us, but we'll do our best here to try and continue to work hard. And yeah, I think it's not a terrible result, but it's better than we got last year. 41 points. I feel like that's more than we had last year. Though I can't really remember. We'll have to look at that. Something might come up on the screen there to tell you if we did. But yeah, I think that this is a big summer window for us. I think if we can get some, I don't think defensively the problem is going forward and scoring goals. So I don't think Urain really had the best season. He was really good at the start of the season, then completely cooled off. Didn't score many goals in that kind of second stage of the season. But we'll go through the statistics and see. But we finish in 9th position, so not terrible, but not good either. The Scottish Cup was not played yet. It'll be between Hearts and Aberdeen. Hearts, of course, knocked us out at the quarter-final stage after we drew with them. Two very competitive games against Hearts. So it's Aberdeen versus Hearts in a no Glasgow teams final. So that's very interesting to see. The Champions League final will be contested between Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain. And the Europa League will be between Marseille and Atletico Madrid. And the Conference League will be between Salzburg and Juventus. So, I'm not going to show you who won those. I'm not fast forwarding it today. That'll be when I'm doing the summer transfer window. But this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna look at our statistics and see what players will be here next year and what players won't be. So this is gonna be something interesting to see. Before we do that, we will look at the top scorers in the division. 25 goals for Duke there. Very good return from him. He was excellent. Dalinga, Palacios also did very well in what they played. Sockler, Brophy did well. But we actually don't have any player in the top 15. Urain comes in first. He had 9 and 35. Majority of those came in the first half of the season. No one else in the top 25. So goals, scoring goals is our issue. We saw that today. In terms of assists, we did have someone in the top 10. McGrath there with 6 in 34 games. I think he had a very good season, McGrath. Then you have Palace, who didn't play many games but had 5 assists in 15 games. So maybe he should be our left back, though I think Jack McKenzie is a better player because he's a better defender. Clean sheets, Alavston actually was top of the table. He was 15 clean sheets in 38 matches. I think that just shows you how easy it is to get clean sheets because we finished in the bottom half of the table and we got 15 clean sheets in the season. That just shows you. Then again, we did get what, 2 of those in the last few games, so it's not like we were miles off some of the other players. Yellow cards, we didn't get many this season. I don't think any one of our players will be in. Katrumbas got 3. That's no red cards. Is there anyone on this list? We have had red cards. Yes, Urain got 1, so that's that. But there are the stats for the league. Now for our stats individually, for just this will just be the Premiership. I won't be going over the cup games because we didn't have many. So we start off. That was assists. I want goals. We start off with goals, and Ewan Urain had 9. Jamie McGrath had 6, and Luke McCowan had 5. Andy Dallas actually had a pretty decent season when he came into us, 4 in 17. He's actually a really good player, Dallas. I think he had a really good season. I do like Andy Dallas, but I do want to see Riley Robertson kind of get in this team because they're very similar players, good pacey players. Riley Robinson's in that same category. Sam Cosgrove came in this year, nowhere near good enough. Probably going to see him go. Finley Robinson's currently on the transfer list. He'll probably go too. So that's 2 players that we see here that'll probably go. Nathan Holland, not amazing. Had some good games with us. Scott Banks, of course, on loan. Kevin Kerr is already making his way out of the team, even though he only did play. He did perform just as much as Josh Mulligan did. Charlie Riley, he's gone. So lots of players there, but we're just not scoring enough goals, and that's really the thing that we need to look at. Of course, assists, we already talked about Jamie McGrath and Noah Palace. Nathan Holland, Luke McCown, Mulligan, Tiffany, Chang all had 3. Need to get better with our assists. We clearly didn't do that very well. Elias Raffin Olafsson, of course, 15 clean sheets. Johnny Katrumbas played every single game with an average of 67. That's incredible. He's definitely like our second best player on the team. Third best player, Noah Palace, comes in and performs. Jamie McGrath is the best average rating. And Johnny Katrumbas, who played every single league game this year, was number 3. So very, very impressed by Johnny Katrumbas this year. And he is one of our best players and one of my favorite players on this team. Going through the squad here, we have loads of players out on loan that we want to take a look at, of course. First off, we have Elias Raffin Olavsson. Of course, he will be playing, over the next. He will be our goalkeeper for the next few years. Got myself completely tongue-tied there, but he was pretty good this year. Did very, very well. James Belshaw came in to be backup goalkeepers. That's perfectly fine. He was fine. He only had 1 appearance. He probably won't play him. He's not going to get re-signed, so he's going to be gone. Brendan Gibson from Northern Ireland, he was out on loan to Hampstead's BK. Don't know any of his stats or anything, but he's up 6 to 61 overall now, so he could be our backup goalkeeper next year. Jack McKenzie and Noah Palace are obviously staying around. 2 24-year-olds who have been superb. Noah Palace is in excellent form, they say. He's been great. I do want to play him a little bit more. I think he's way better than what I've used him for. I brought him in as a backup, and he only played 16 games. He needs to play more. He's really, really good. He can get really good. He can get really good assists. Great going forward. I do worry about him going a bit defensively. That's where I like Jack McKenzie. Even though I could move Jack McKenzie inside a little bit to the centre back position, but we'll have to wait and see. That being said, I think 3 of our 3 centre halves are some of the just really good players. Antonio Portales, Johnny Catrumbas, and Tyler French are all excellent players that we've seen all through the year. Catrumbas played 40 games, Portales played 33, French played 20. French is a very, very good player. He's pacey, he's fast. I like French a lot as our third centre half. McKenzie may also play centre half next year. I think that would be a good idea. Dude, he's a pretty good player. He's big, he's strong. We could definitely play him centre back in a pinch. Right back is really where we're having trouble with. We have Callan Elliott. I think he might be the number one going forward next year. Though Josh Mulligan wasn't terrible by any stretch of the imagination. I do want to see if I can get Callan Elliott and play him a bit more. He's better than Josh Mulligan in terms of overall, even though it's not much, it's only one. But I do want to give Callan Elliott a chance and kind of switch it up between Mulligan and Elliott at right back. Jordan McGee is leaving. Kind of left him leave. He's surplus to requirements now after we brought in some really good defensive midfielders. Jordan McGee will leave. At 28 years old, I probably would have liked to keep him around a little bit further, but he decided to leave. He's going to go to Sepsi OSK when the transfer window opens. Brought in Charlie Savage in the January transfer window, and he's been pretty good. Now, he didn't play all as many games as I would like him to. If a big bid came in, I wouldn't be all that. I wouldn't mind selling Charlie Savage, in all honesty. I think Alfie Chang is a better player. They're both the same age. Alfie Chang plays a lot more and does a lot more for the team. I think he's a better player to break down play. I think Charlie Savage is a much better player going forward. He's more of an all-rounder. Chang is more of a defensive player. But Chang is upset with his contract, so we may have to look at that in the off season. But I do think Alfie Chan is going to be the guy who's going to be our central defensive midfielder. Tiffany is a guy who really he's kind of been up and down for us. 26 years old now. He's done pretty well, but he's just not been fantastic. He can go through these little good form, like few games of good form, but then he kind of falls off again and doesn't really do anything. So not great for not a massive Tiffany fan. I like him as a squad player, but he doesn't see himself as a squad player. So have to wait and see. Scott Tiffany, I would like to keep him, but he's not very happy about a lot of things at the moment. Next up is Charlie Riley. I would have liked to kept him around, but I let PEC's wall pick him up. I'm not terribly annoyed at him leaving. Like he never really put in a fantastic performance for us. Like he had a few good games, but none that you'd really be wanting to keep him around. Jamie McGrath's next. Obviously one of our best players. We won't be doing anything with McGrath. He's going to stay around. By far our best player on this team. Finlay Robertson has submitted a transfer request, and if something comes in that's at least somewhat realistic, somewhere in Scotland, maybe somewhere in England, I'd let him go. But I haven't received anything from them yet. If nothing comes in that's realistic, I won't sell him. I want to keep Robertson around, and I gave him a new contract for that reason, and he immediately submitted a transfer request. So I don't know what was going on there, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up is Max Anderson, and honestly, Max Anderson is one of my favorite players. Even though it's a 6.27 average rating, he does a lot of things in midfield that kind of get overlooked. He's not incredibly strong, but he's really good in the tackle, and I like Max Anderson. He's very good. He's aggressive. He's a bit of a spark plug there in the center midfield. Really like Anderson. Want to keep him around. Next up is Lyle Cameron, and he's really good in bunches, but he's not been the player I need him to be. He's been our center attacking midfielder at times, and he doesn't really do well. Then he goes out on the left hand side and does really well, but still isn't doing enough for me. I still think that I need to find what's best for him. Though he has done a good job on the left hand side, he's done well in center attacking midfield. But maybe you move him back a small bit, then we lose that defensive abilities of Chang and maybe Anderson who are there. So lots of options in midfield. Next up is Stanley Stokes, who did really well when he came in from the academy. Got an assist and got a really good goal. Now he's gone up 6 ratings. He's a starting caliber player, so maybe we get rid of someone like a Tiffany and let Stokes do that, because Stokes can play out on that left hand side. I wouldn't mind doing that. So Stokes is someone I'm going to look at. Also, we have Mike Trainer, someone who I really like, someone who I've really enjoyed using over the last. Someone I've really wanted to use, my trainer, more of a centre attacking midfielder than a striker, but and not quite as good as of a defender, not quite as physical as Stokes, but trainer, 19 years old, 64 overall, currently on loan at FC and NC. We'll see how he gets on. Malcolm Lindsay also out on loan right now. He is in Stockport. He'll probably go out on loan again. He did gain 10 plus 10 in his statistics there, so really, really good player, Malcolm Lindsay. We'll probably throw him out on loan again. 60 overall. It's not going to get much playing time. Trainer also probably go out on loan. Stokes, I think I'll keep around. He's shown me that he can be a really, really good player. So let's see how we get on with that. Next up is Luke McCowan. He's going to stay around, 27 years old, done really well. Someone I want to keep around, someone I want to continue using. Um, Not been, you know, amazing by any stretch of the imagination, but he's done more than enough to keep his spot. If I did find someone who was worthy of taking that right midfield spot or right wing spot, I'll definitely do it. Next up is Alistair McDonald, up 6 overall. He's currently on loan at US Carcarneau. That's probably not how you pronounce that. But he's going to be sent out on loan again. I don't need him for this season. Nathan Holland, we brought in on a free transfer, and honestly, I don't really think I need him. I'd happily get rid of him. I think if someone came in with an offer that was, half decent, I'd probably, go with it. Honestly, probably going to try and put him on the transfer list. He's not a guy who I think that is going to be around for much longer. I just don't think he's there. Even though he plays a lot, gets opportunities, I just don't think he's done enough over the course of this season to stick around. Next up is Scott Banks. Came in on loan from Crystal Palace to give us something on that right hand side and never proved himself to be good enough to keep that position down. I don't think he even got an assist throughout his games. He did not. So Scott Banks, not the greatest player to bring in, but he did give us some games when we had some fatigue. Next up is Sam Cosgrave, who I brought in as backup for Ewan Urain. Not good enough by any stretch of the imagination. Just never really was able to get on here. Had a few substitution games that he came on for and never really did anything that I would want him to do. So Cosgrave is probably going on the transfer list and going to be left go. Luke Ivanovic, currently on loan in KAS Eupen. And I actually really like the look of him. Now, 61 overall isn't exactly what I'm looking for. Even though he's kind of the sort of player that I like. He's 6'2", 176, got a bit of pace on him. But I already have Dallas, and Dallas can do all that and more. And he's been proven to score goals, and that's why Ivanovic has not. Though I could use Ivanovic on the right hand side, something I actually didn't think about as another player for the right wing where we have problems. So not a bad idea there to give Ivanovic that one. Andy Dallas has been really good since he's came in. Really happy with the return he gave us in the whatever it was, 15 or so games or 18 games, and he scored 4 goals. I think if Dallas was able to play more often, he'd probably get more goals. But I still think Ewan Urain is our best option up top. He's 6'4". He's got a bit of pace in him. He can dribble. He can shoot. He's physical. I like Ewan Urain a lot, and I think that he should have scored more goals this year. Um, and he just kind of got into a bad bit of form and kind of fell down. So we'll have to see if there's someone we can replace him with. I'll have to take a look at and see if he's actually will if someone came in with a big offer for him, like if it was like a 2 million. If someone does come in for you in your reign, regardless of who it is, because of his nationality, he was born in um Spain and has Scottish. His mother is Scottish, I believe, which is why I brought him in. He's got that Scotland nationality tag up, so that's why I brought him in. But he's actually born in, I think it was in Bilbao in Spain. But if someone came in, regardless of where they were from in Europe, I probably have to accept it. And finally, we've got Riley Robertson, who's basically Andy Dallas light. He's not quite as fast, not quite as physical, just as good dribbling, and his passing and shoot. His passing is a bit better, and his shooting's not quite as good. But Riley Robinson's a good player. A 6 foot, 165. I like Robertson a lot, and I think he's going to be a good player for us in the future. Just don't think he's ready to play now. We'll probably try and get him on that transfer or the loan list to get him out for next year. And next up is our youth academy. So who's coming up next year? We've got two goalkeepers, Jean Ball and Andres Mercado. But neither player, I think, really is amazing. We already have Gibson in our who's coming back from loan. I wouldn't mind bringing both these guys up, or at least just Boyle up, and then sending him away for on loan or selling him. The guy I want to bring up is Reggie Jeffrey, 6'4" centre back, 63 overall. We don't really need a centre back, but I just think he's a really, really good player. Then we have a rake of midfielders. Tom Powell looks like he's going to be one of the best players. Pedro Canales, Charlie Mason, Gordon Tate, Shuzo Fujiwara, Oliver Turnbull, all midfielders. Then we have Ricardo Aguirre from Mexico. I'll be trying to give Portales a little bit more Mexican players here in the organization. And then up top we have Shane Jones and Vicente Herrera. Now, looking at the potentials here, the players I'd like to keep around are obviously these top ones here. I want to keep Jeffrey around, but there are some players down here that I might get rid of. Yeah, I might bring up Pedro Canales and just sell him. Same with John Boyle. These are players that I don't necessarily need. So that's something that we could do for certain. But there is some talent in there for sure, for certain. Reggie Jeffrey is there. Gordon Tate looks like good. None of them are going to be world beaters, but Shuzu Fujiwara may be one who I just brought in there. Wanted to bring in some Asian players into Dundee FC because the Scottish Premier League actually has a bunch of them, a bunch of Asian-based players. Celtic have a good few. Hearts have some players. There's a lot of Asian-based players, but these are the players I'm looking at. Tom Powell looks like he's going to be special as well. So we'll see how we get on. But that's all we have time for here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this final episode here as we move into our next season. And the next episode, of course, we will be going into the transfer window for the summer and setting up this team for another season in the Scottish Premier League. Hopefully, this time we will be able to um, get a little bit further up the table. Peace out, guys. Have a good day, and we'll see you in the next one.